Good day to you folks. Evan Taylor Jones here, and as always, I hope you're doing well. Smell that? It's the smell of delightful death and decay. Today, we're talking about fish fertilizer and how to make your own at home. But you're going to need to go fishing. And if you don't know how to catch fish, you're going to need to learn. You're also going to need to let this digest, break down, and for this putrid smell to go nearly away. And once it does, it'll be readily available for your soil. Let's get right into it. All right, folks, grab your fishing pole, grab some line, grab some hooks, grab a bobber, grab some weights, and get some bait from your local bait and tackle store. And if you do not know how to fish, you're going to need to learn. I recommend going after the catfish. That's what these are. They're typically in the bays of Florida. They're the easiest to catch for the simple fact that they literally go after anything. And you're going to want to catch a good amount. And after you've done your successful catching, find yourself a good place to fillet the fish. For me, it's on a table in my shed. You're going to need a good set of gloves, a good knife, a sharpener for that knife, a good sized cutting board, and a bucket for the guts. Yes, there are 2 rewards to this process. You're getting the meat to eat and the guts for your fish fertilizer. Now take that bucket of guts and pour it into an empty 5-gallon bucket like I did here. Then you're going to want to get some quality compost, manure, or what's called leaf mold, or a mix of all 3, and pour it into that 5-gallon bucket. For some perspective, folks, what you're looking at right here is a nearly finished fish fertilizer that I've been working on for almost an entire season. Yes, nearly 90 days. And the fish have completely liquefied, no resemblance of fish. That's what we want. Next, take that 5-gallon bucket that now has manure, compost, and or leaf mold and your fish guts and fill it with water. We need to mix this in very well. And some more perspective here, not a bad chunk of meat to walk away with, I gotta say. Okay, it has been 6 days now, and this fish fertilizer is ready to transfer over to the big barrel because we see no real resemblance of any fish at all. Yes, this is what we want. And it comes from sitting out in the sun, full sun, every day, all day, fermenting. All right, you're going to want to get a submersible pump. You can purchase it at most hardware stores, Home Depot or Lowe's. I will link mine in the description. When you hear this sound, that means it is on, it is working. We are transferring over the liquid fertilizer into the watering can. You're going to want a small hose for that transferring as well. Now, let's take this 1 gallon of strained fish fertilizer and pour it into our new empty 55-gallon barrel. Attach a regular sized garden hose to the submersible pump and put that in a 55-gallon barrel filled with water so that we can transfer that water into the barrel that has the gallon of strained fish fertilizer in it. We are moving pretty fast here, folks. I understand. Please feel free to ask any questions in the comments or send me an email. But as you just saw, I dropped the submersible pump in the 55-gallon barrel that is filled with water and our fish fertilizer. And now, folks, we just water. I live on 1/3 of an acre, and I've got 4 more garden patches this size and even bigger. The garden patch that I just showed you and this one are the furthest away from my watering barrels. So I attach 2 75-feet garden hoses to my submersible pump, and this allows me to water my entire property. All right, y'all. As always, my name is Evan Taylor Jones, farmer by day, musician by night. If you have any questions, please leave a comment or send me an email directly. I would love to keep in touch with you for your questions. I have answers. Fish fertilizer is great for many things. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. God bless you. Make your own fish fertilizer at home. Start now.